My name is Harnik Singh and I'm going to be your test invigilator today. Can you give me your name, please?
My complete name is Nidhi Kakkar.
What can I call you here during this interview?
You can call me Nidhi.
Can I see your identification?
Here it is.
Okay. Fine, thank you. Now in this first part of your interview, I'm going to ask you some question about yourself. Are you ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where are you from?
So I'm basically from a small town that is Ladwa, and it is situated near a beautiful city, Kurukshetra, that is also known as the land of Mahabharata.
Do you work or you study?
Recently, I completed my secondary education, so I study right now. So I completed my studies from a school in my hometown, that is Sant Nishal Singh Public School, Ladwa, in medical
How
stream.
was your experience in this school?
It was actually great because I was studying here since past 7 to 8 years. So I've made a lot of memories along with my teachers and my friends, and I have had a lot of fun there.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you some questions related to trees. Do you like planting trees?
Of course, I do love planting trees as I know its importance and I know how important it is for the environment and to protect the nature.
What kind of trees do you plant?
Actually, there is no specific kind of tree that I like to plant. There are so many trees or saplings which we Indians worship. One of them is tulsi, and some other trees like lemon tree or mango tree. I've planted some of them.
Did you plant a tree recently?
Yes, actually, 2 months ago it was my birthday, and I planted a tree on my birthday in my garden.
What tree it was?
It was a sapling of tulsi, and I planted it because my parents worship it, and as all Indians worship it, so it has a great importance in my life as well.
Okay. What kind of trees do people usually plant in your country?
So, in my country, there are so many people with different beliefs and different religions as well, but I cannot say that all the people plant the same kind of trees. Some of them have a purpose to worship the plants, like I mentioned before, the tulsi plant, but some of them plant the trees for uh, making the gardens beautiful and just making their homes and around the surroundings beautiful.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you some questions related to break, which you take during your studies or work. So do you take breaks?
Actually, yes, I do take breaks, which are important for everyone in my perspective, because when we take breaks, then we actually refresh our mind to work even with more concentration.
Okay. What do you do during breaks?
Well, there are many things which I prefer to do, like sketching and singing, but one of my favorites is singing when I'm alone, as it calms me and refreshes my mind so that when I come back from a break, so I feel even better and I can focus on my work.
Okay. Do you prefer a long break or several short breaks?
Well, I've seen many people who like to take long breaks and many others who like to take several short breaks. But I'm a kind of person who likes several short breaks with regular interval of time because again it refreshes my mind and it helps me to do work even in a better way and helps me to focus on my work or study whatever I am doing.
Alright. Now in this part 2, I'm going to give you a cue card topic. I would like you to speak on this topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You'll be given a minute to think about the topic and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here is your paper. Here is the pencil, eraser, and here is your topic. Describe a person who wears unusual clothes. Here you go. There are some hints given here to help you to plan. Your time starts now, so you may plan now. 1 to 2 minutes to speak on this topic. Don't worry if I stop you in between. I'll let you know when your time is up. You may start now.
Okay. So I've seen many people around me who dress up in an unusual way. Some of them are some celebrities, while the others are common people like my friends or my family members or sometimes my neighbors. But here I would like to talk about one person whom I know since my childhood. She's actually my best friend and she's one of my closest friends, I can say. So her name is Naveli and we have been friends since years now, and when we were younger we used to play together, eat together, and even like we have stayed at each other's house. So I know her very well. Moreover, when we were young, I used to tell her how to be very formal or how to dress up, but her choices were not matching with me, and she used to dress up in a very weird way, I can say. So I tried to improve that, but I was not able to. Here I can remember one situation that happened recently with both of us. We were in a party 2 months ago. That was one of my friend's party. So there we all were wearing very casual clothes and we were very comfortable in what we were wearing. So when she came, she were dressed up like it was a disco party. She was wearing a golden top with a pair of jeans which was silver in color. Actually, everyone started laughing when she came, but I tried to stop them, but I was not able to. I felt bad about that, but when the party got over, I told her that you should have talked to someone that what everyone else is wearing so that you can dress up like the same. But she was embarrassed at that time, maybe. But I told her that no matter whatever she wears or how she dresses up, she will always be my closest friend because she has a very nice nature. And there's once in a blue moon that this kind of thing happens with us. So there is nothing to worry about, and no matter what.
Did you experience any time in your life that you wore something and people made you feel that it is unusual?
Actually, yes, it happened with me once. When I was a little bit younger than now, I wore a kind of dress which I did not like, but my parents actually liked it, and they made me wear it to a wedding. There, when I met my friends, they were saying that it was not looking good on me, or I'm not looking the way I look in the normal days. So it kind of made me sad, but it's okay, it happens with everyone.
Okay. Could I have the booklet, paper, pencil back now? Alright. Thank you. Now you have been talking about a person who wears unusual clothes. And I would like to ask you some general questions related to clothes people like to wear in your country. So what type of clothes do Indian people buy?
Well, it's hard to say about everyone because perception varies from person to person. So I would say that in my country there are so many people with different kind of interests. So a person who is very fond of shopping or has a lot of money can buy branded clothes, but a person who is very simple and who has a very normal living, they prefer to buy the clothes which are casual and very normal, and they're not branded. And I think this is the
So
perception.
you think the choice of clothes depends on person's financial status?
To some extent, yes, it does. Because if a person belongs to a middle class family, so they cannot buy the branded clothes every time they go for shopping. But sometimes yes, they can afford, but they prefer to wear some general or normal clothes.
So where do such people buy clothes from?
They just buy the clothes from local stores which are available in their city or around their city as well. If I talk about myself, even I do not buy branded clothes on a regular basis. So I prefer to buy some clothes from my hometown or nearby areas.
Okay. Who shops more, men or women?
Actually, in my perception, the gender has to do nothing with shopping because I know many men who like to shop for themselves, and I even know many women who like to go for shopping every time they get some time.
Okay. What is the difference between men's and women's choice of clothes?
Well, that can vary from person to person. It's not about men or women because some of the people like to wear bright colored clothes, but a person who is very normal or has a simple living, they might prefer some subtle clothes or the colors like black, blue, and white and grey.
Okay. Do clothes affect people's mood?
No, actually, it does not because I think it is a basic requirement for every person and it cannot affect anyone's mood because a person just gets identified by how they speak or the nature that they have. So it has nothing to do with the clothes that they wear.
Fine. What do people consider when they buy clothes?
According to me, people consider different kinds of things. Some of them take care of the material of the clothes they are buying. Some of them do care about the price of the cloth and the colors even. A person like me is very conscious about what colors we are wearing. So these are the different kind of things that people have in mind while buying clothes.
Fine. What do you think? Is shopping a craze or a need in your country?
Well, it's a good question because I think it is a need for every person to have clothes or to buy clothes. But nowadays, people are more inclined towards branded clothes or the clothes which actually look good because they just want to flaunt themselves sometimes. So nowadays, it is craze, but it should be a need for people.
Why do you think they flaunt by wearing branded clothes?
Actually, I've seen many people, some of my friends even. So they just buy branded clothes and it costs them very much. But I think it is not required to wear such branded clothes or giving a huge amount for just a piece of cloth.
Do you think this trend will continue in future or not?
I wish it do not, but it will, I think, because as the country is developing, everyone's changing, and with the change of mindset, maybe it is becoming very casual nowadays to buy branded clothes and just to flaunt the clothes.
Alright, thank you. Hello, my lovely viewers. I'm Harnik Singh. On demand of hundreds and thousands of my students, my company Chaitanya brings you this video on IELTS speaking. If you're preparing for IELTS examination, this speaking sample is going to help you. And there are more to come. If you want to stay updated, don't forget to like us and subscribe my channel.
Press the bell icon too.